Hello everyone, so in this video let us talk about conditions. Okay, how you can implement condition checking in Golang. So for that we have two types of, you can say, tools with us. One is if else conditions and the other one is switch case. So let us try to implement both of them one by one. So the first one is if else statements. So let us do that. We initialize a variable. Let's say it is name, its value is 20, and then what we'll do is that we just have to check that, let's say this is the age of a person. Now whether the person is, like, let's say, applicable to drive a car. Okay, I'm just giving out random values, but don't take it a compulsory thing, but just let's take it for example. Let's say if the person value is less than 18, okay, then that person is not applicable to drive a car. So what we done is if condition, then the value. Okay, so what is the value? So if x is less than 18, if this is the condition, that if my value, whatever value I'm passing, if it is less than 18, what I'll do, I'll just print out that not allowed to drive. Okay, I'll just do an fmt not allowed to drive. Okay, now the other condition is, okay, why it is giving out this thing. Okay, it is always false. Yeah. So we'll go through that. Now the other condition is that now if we run on else if condition, that what is the else if, like, if this doesn't match out, then what is the else if condition? The else if that if x is just equal to 18, let's say if it is less than 18, then we are not able to drive. If it is just equal to 18, then what will happen? We will just print out that you can make your driving license. Okay, and else if he is like less than 18, you cannot drive. If it is 18, you can apply for driving license. If it is like more than 18, then now you are allowed to drive. Okay, that's the overall thing. But now you can again see that there's some squiggly line that this else is expected. So in Golang, if you are like writing down this if else condition, then this else should be just starting out just followed by the last bracket, like the squiggly, that this close bracket should now start from there only. You cannot just put it in the next line, because it I have to understand that what is the nesting list, or like what is the condition that you have to use. So if this is the condition, so now it is just giving out key this condition will never met, but it totally depends upon x. Actually we have like make it a constant value. If I will just take it at a runtime, then this will not happen. But yeah, these are just checking out that, telling us that okay, this condition will never met, it will always go in 20, that it is allowed. But yeah, so let's say if I just make it 10, then if it will then, okay, then you are not allowed to do. So then it is always true. So yeah, it totally depends on this is the else if condition, doesn't matter out. So let us check it out, what is the output of that. So this is video 6, and you are allowed to drive at 20, and at 10, whether I'm allowed to drive or not, you're not allowed to drive. Okay, this is working fine. So this is how an else if or if else condition is done. Now if you want to do the some sort of the same type of thing in switch case. Now how switch case works is that let's say that you first have to add on switch, and then the variable on which you have to do the switch case, let's say it's x. Now it will start again. So we have to first give what is the case. So let's say if the case is so it should come like if x is less than 18, then let's say the condition is, let's say, okay, you cannot just do an expression here. Okay, so switch case directly just matches out. Okay, so for that let's take another example. Okay, let's say we have, let's say, bird, and let's say its value equal to king. Okay, we have a bird, and let us do a switch case on that. So let's say we have a bird, let us name it as king, and we have a switch case which just tells us that whether what type of bird is this. Okay, now if this bird, we have different options. Okay, so if this bird is parrot, so what it directly just do is that it will just take out this variable and just matches out that whether this is matching out with the first value, second value, and so on. Then what I'll do is, if this is the parrot, it will just print out, let's say, parrots have green feathers. Okay. The other case can be that, okay, the other case should be inside here only. Other case can be that if it is not a parrot, let's say maybe it is a eagle. So in that scenario, we said that eagles have, let's say, brown feathers. Okay. The next case can be that you can add on any number of cases, but they are default case. So in the else if condition, there is a else condition, which is always if, or which will always hit if this condition doesn't match out. So if else condition just means that if this condition is met, if this condition is met, and so on. But else means that if none of the above conditions hit, then else condition will obviously hit, like always hit. In the same scenario, if the switch case is that if there is some, let's say, case, which means that if bird is equal to parrot, then this will hit. If bird is equal to eagle, this will hit. If this is not equal to anything, that it will hit the default value. So in default, what we do, I'll just print out that are you sure that this is a bird? Just a thing. So what it actually tells us that, okay, if now let's just check it out only, you will understand that if I used king, then it will just check out, are you sure this is a bird? Because I've not seen this type of bird actually here. But let's say if I just change it to parrot, and then if I run this, it will actually just check out that parrots have green feathers. So let's say you can have, let's some sort of a conditional check that, let's say I have some sort of paragraph which I want to print out depending upon some variable. Okay, let's say the user prints out a give inputs of parrot. So you want to give the user context about parrot. So you have a, let's say, multiple paragraphs of or information about parrots, and if the user, whatever user inputs there, according to that you can just print out whatever user wants. So let's say if it prints out parrot, you can just give out information of parrot, eagle, whatever you want. And if they just put out some random word, then you are just asking that whether this is a real word or not. So this is how you can do conditional checks, like on the given condition the output changes out. And yeah, so this is how there are two types of conditional checks, so if else condition and the switch case. So we have talked about both of them. So if this video is helpful to you at any sense, do hit the like button on this particular video. I will see you in the next day coding, and bye.